Welcome. I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and our next guest is the founder and CEO of Stay Blooming. It's a beautiful thing, and she joins us to discuss their eco education and cleanup events. They have them all over the place, all throughout New York City. We welcome Alyssa Perez to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Alyssa, what was that song that you were singing before we got on? No, I'm only kidding. Go ahead. Tell us all about how did you start this, and how did you come up with the name Stay Blooming?
Okay, well, Stay Blooming, the root of the name is really exactly what you hear, is to stay blooming. What you hear is what you get. So we want people to constantly be growing, constantly flourishing, constantly be learning. And that is the whole premise of Stay Blooming, is education and awareness. So I think the name really fits the motive that behind what we do.
So you have local environmental cleanups?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. We right now our events are mainly just cleanup events. But in the future we're looking to host environmental workshops that are primarily just to educate the local community about the environment, because as a Latina, I've always felt like people of color are left out of these conversations. And when I've been welcomed into the environmental world or field or realm, if you will, I realized that sometimes it's not as welcoming for the community that I come from myself. So I want to bring back what I learned in institutions to the hood, basically, and to the Bronx, and make sure that my people are getting the same information, because the environment is something that we can't live without, and we need it in order to thrive. So why not build that connection and strengthen it and understand our part in it?
So when you provide free to low-cost eco-educational workshops plus networking opportunities, you mean you're bringing people together to teach them what you know about having to work the community in a certain way? Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So it's really crazy, because when I started Stay Blooming, I had no idea that I was going to become a community organizer, but I have, and I'm embracing it. And I think it is it's really rewarding. It's a really rewarding experience, because you never know where someone is at in their life and how much of a profound effect just being in nature can have on them. And also too, there's always times when people find that, like, because they see someone who looks like them, they're like more willing to care about something that matters.
Well, people are following you. You're the CEO, you're a founder and CEO. So, how does that feel? You're the boss.
It feels really good. And like I said, like, I never imagined something like this happening to me. But I kind of just rolled with the punches. I really want to educate people. So I feel like I took on this role kind of easily, because it's like it's really my passion. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't get paid for what I do.
But you don't get paid monetarily, but you get paid in a lot of different ways. It's your passion. It's your love. It's this is me. I'm getting something back.
Right, definitely.
So what was the last thing that you did, and what's the next event that you're gonna have?
So do you mean the last event that we had?
Yes.
One of the last events we had was last year. I think it was a cleanup in Queens. The park is called Spring Creek Park, and it actually turned out to be a lot bigger of a job than we can handle.
You thought it was a little park? It was bigger.
We knew it was doable, like the location and the size of the location, like we could cover the whole ground. But the amount of trash, when I say it was just surprising to see such a small space with so much trash. But I think what happened was that the trash had accumulated because it was on a coast. So the trash had accumulated from the tide coming in and bringing.
So
it's a continued thing. It's a continued effort. As much as we do these cleanups, we need to revisit these places, because it just keeps coming back.
The tide keeps coming in, right?
Mhm.
So you keep finding out more and more about these places that you do.
Oops, sorry. Even with street cleanups, we always have to think about, okay, what are we really promoting here? Because we might clean up this street right now, but is it going to get like this again? So a part of our efforts is making sure that we're promoting to the local communities that this is what your neighborhood can look like when it's cleaned up, and you can help take care of it.
Do you leave things there like extra trash cans, or you call the authorities or the parks department to leave trash cans in certain areas?
Usually what we will do is, depending on the location, we will try to like call 311. So sometimes what we will do is I'll have like little meetings during the event, and I'll talk more about promoting the awareness and what action steps that we can take, like whether it be calling 311, getting in touch with DSNY or something like that.
So that's wonderful. So but you have something else coming up, right? And
right, I do.
When you do, you let us know more about it. So maybe we can come out and roll up our sleeves, put on some gloves, and get a rake or a broom and help out.
Right. So our next event is on July 11th, and
whoa, all right.
Yeah, July 11th. Not too far from now. So what we're doing is we've collaborated with a program manager in Millbrook Houses in order to clean the Millbrook Garden. So this NYCHA complex has a garden space at the center of, I think it's 137th Street and St. Anne's Avenue.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a cleanup of the garden, the cleanup of the local space, and the cleanup of the streets in the surrounding area. So what we're going to basically do is that cleanup, as well as taking precautions with COVID-19. Stay Blooming has done all our research to make sure that we're keeping our volunteers safe. So right now we're just asking that people who register for the event, that they make sure they bring a mask, and that during the event they stay 6 feet apart.
There you go. And maybe, we'll get together with some people. Maybe they can bring some extra masks and gloves.
Mm-hmm. That would be great. Yeah.
Where can we find you? Are you on the web, social media, stayblooming.org?
Primarily, Instagram is our thing. That's where majority of our following is. So you can find us at I Stay Blooming, or you can follow our website and find some more information about what we do and our following upcoming events at stayblooming.org. Right now, we're also promoting our website shop, and that's stayblooming.com, where all the proceeds are going to back up these cleanups. So we'll be able to maybe like pay for garbage bags, trash grabbers, gloves, different supplies that'll aid in the cleanups, as well as promotion and paying for graphics and things like that to support the cause.
Thank you so much. Stay clean, stay blessed.
Thank you so much for having me.
Founder and CEO, Stay Blooming. Keep it blooming. Alyssa Perez, thank you guys. We love you. We'll thank the whole team. Give the team a virtual hug for us, okay?
We will, and we'll keep you posted on whatever we have coming up soon.
There you go. All right. Alyssa Perez, founder, CEO, Stay Blooming. We'll take a break right here. But wait, I've got more coming up next on Open.